You've probably never heard of Harrow's Bluff. It's a forgotten little town tucked between pine forests and ridge lines where people still wave at strangers, and the biggest story in the local paper is usually a lost dog or bake sale. But in the fall of 2018, something happened in Harrow's Bluff. Something that would stay off the headlines, but leave a scar no one could explain. It all began at the old fire watchtower on Raven Hill, a towering steel skeleton built in the 1950s, used to spot wildfires before satellite tech took over. By the 2000s, it was more of a relic, half rusted and mostly abandoned. But locals still hiked up there for the view or for the thrill, and one man kept watch. His name was Thomas Grady, a 63-year-old retired ranger who refused to leave the tower behind. Thomas wasn't employed by the state anymore, but he volunteered, checked in once a week, cleaned up trash, made sure no one was lighting campfires during dry spells. He was quiet, friendly, a bit of a loner, lived in a small house on the edge of the woods, spent most of his time reading, bird watching, or hiking the hill. Then, one October morning, something changed. Thomas showed up at the sheriff's office with a notebook. He claimed he'd seen something or someone. And what was in that notebook? It chilled everyone in the room. The entries started simple. Descriptions of hikers, campers, storms rolling over the hills. But 3 weeks before he came in, the tone changed. He wrote 11:42 p.m., movement in the clearing, not an animal, too tall. The next night, same time, same figure, staring up at the tower, doesn't move, doesn't respond. Then, leaves when I shine the light, always comes back, doesn't make a sound, and finally, the last entry. I think it knows I'm alone. Thomas begged the sheriff to send someone, but by the time deputies arrived that night, the figure was gone. There were no tracks, no footprints, just wind and leaves. They chalked it up to imagination. An old man spooked by shadows. Thomas wasn't satisfied. He set up motion cameras, reported every sound, every flash of light. A few clips showed rustling, a few caught deer, a raccoon, but one, just one, showed something else. A tall shape standing at the edge of the trees. No details, no face, just stillness. That should have been the end of it. But then, a few nights later, Thomas disappeared. His front door was unlocked. His boots were missing. His truck was still parked in the drive. He was last seen hiking toward the tower around 6 p.m. The sheriff organized a search the next morning, and at the base of the watchtower, they found something disturbing. Thomas's radio smashed, and his notebook torn, pages missing, and scrawled across the last page. Don't follow the light. Before we go on, if you enjoy mystery stories like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss what's coming next. Now back to the story. After Thomas vanished, people stopped going up Raven Hill. Some out of respect, others out of fear, but one person couldn't let it go. Deputy Claire Morgan. She was young, driven, and had known Thomas her entire life. She didn't buy the wandered off and got lost theory. So she requested to take over the tower watch on weekends, just for a while, to honor his legacy. In truth, she wanted answers, and she was willing to go alone. The first few nights were uneventful, cold, quiet, just the usual nocturnal sounds, owls, distant coyotes, the creaking of old steel under the wind. But on the fourth night, something changed. Just past midnight, the tower's spotlight flickered, then went dead. Claire grabbed her flashlight and looked outside. At the tree line, barely visible, was a flickering light, like a lantern swaying in the dark. She radioed the station. No response. She watched it for 20 minutes. Then it vanished. Over the next few days, it kept happening. Always around the same time, always in the same spot. She checked the wiring. Fine. She checked the battery, fully charged. It wasn't a glitch. It was bait. And she wasn't going to take it. Claire installed motion sensors. She marked the trees with chalk. She left a camera rolling overnight, and what she captured, it was enough to make her file an official report. Because for just a moment, one frame, the camera showed a face. Not clear, not human, pale, hollow. Eyes like dark marbles reflecting light. Too tall, too still, and too close. It had been at the base of the tower, looking up. The footage was sent to the state police, but they dismissed it as doctored, inconclusive. Just a trick of the shadows. Claire knew better. She dug into old ranger logs, old reports, and she found something. A nearly identical case, dated 1972. Another watchman, same tower, same strange lights, and the same final note. They only come when you're alone. Claire made her choice. She set a trap, left the tower, turned off the cameras, left the spotlight on, then waited. From a distance, through binoculars, she watched. And just before midnight, something climbed the tower, fast, graceful, silent. It reached the top, paused, and then it did something no one expected. It spoke. Her radio, long turned off, crackled to life, and through the static, "Come back." That was all Claire needed. The state closed the tower the next day, welded it shut, declared it unsafe. No one goes up Raven Hill anymore. Not since Claire published her report and moved 3 states away. Thomas Grady's body was never found, but something else was, deep in a mine shaft 2 miles from the tower. His notebook completely intact, with one final message on the inside cover: they don't want the world to watch anymore. So what really happened on Raven Hill? Was it psychological? Something darker? We may never know, but one thing's certain. Some towers aren't meant to stand forever, and sometimes the things we build to watch over the world start watching us back. Let me know in the comments what you think happened that night. And if you're alone right now, you might want to check the window just in case.